guys, how's it going? My name is Carter Skinner and welcome to the Lovers Quarrels Reviews BookTube channel. Today I am doing the Disney Prince tag. That's right, Disney Prince, not Disney Princess. Turns out there's two tags and I'm doing them both, but I'm starting with Disney Prince tag. That was a really long intro. Anyway, hey guys! The first one is from Snow White. He is known as the Prince, or Prince Charming, or Prince Florian. Who knew he had an actual name, right? Anyway, for that one, you have to name a book with a horrible or evil mother or parents. I went with Truth or Consequences by Kelly Lapushansky. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Jillian's parents are not supportive of her at all. They wish that she became like this classical pianist, and they forced her to play all the time when she was little. And as she got older, she decided to go into business, and even though she became like this high-ranking person in a technology company, they were still disappointed with her and made sure she knew it. She loves to play jazz piano in her free time, and they think that's incredibly trashy. And they tell her that as well. They're just like mean and awful people, and George kind of helps her deal with that. So that's the one with evil parents for Snow White. The next one is Prince Henry, or Prince Charming, from Cinderella. Again, where the hell did this name come from? Because it sure as shit wasn't in the movie. This is one where the protagonist has to throw hell to get his girl. For this one, I chose Chained by Elise Marion. So Chained by Elise Marion is about Caden and Gwen, who are part of two like fighting former royal families and everything on the verge of war. Gwen ends up imprisoning Caden in her bedroom for a little bit because he was causing too much havoc in the dungeons. They do fall in love, but she is engaged to a complete asshole, so Caden eventually does raise hell to get her so that they can marry. The next one is Prince Phillip from Sleeping Beauty, and that is a protagonist who has to overcome the odds. And for that one, I chose Love, Fortunes, and Other Disasters, where Sebastian, one of the characters, was told that if he falls in love, then he will die. And that is pretty intense, and like that was told by the fortune teller in town, whose fortunes are always right. Like this entire town, their destiny lies with these fortunes. It's like impossible to avoid these fortunes. And Sebastian was told that if he falls in love, he will die. But when he does actually find a girl that he's falling for, he kind of has to overcome the odds. So that's for Prince Philip. The next one is Prince Eric from Little Mermaid, which is a book about a sea adventure. So for this one, I chose Bloody Jack, the first book in the Bloody Jack series. It is about a girl named Mary who changes her name to Jack and disguises herself as a boy so that way she can get off the streets of England and become a Navy sailor. And while there, she falls in love with a guy, Jamie, and they're both there to like rise through the ranks and everything, and they fall in love, and it's really cute. So that is Prince Eric. The next one is The Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Name a protagonist who is beastly. For this one, I chose Adam Palmer from Room Service, a erotic romance story by Mindy Wild. He's not that much of a jackass, but he's kind of a jackass. He's kind of towing the line a bit. He kind of develops an obsession with this new housekeeper at a brothel, and he hires her for the night as if she was like one of the brothel workers and everything, even though she was only supposed to be a housekeeper. He hires her at like triple the rate so that way he can have her for a night, and he's pretty beastly. The next one is Aladdin from Aladdin, a character who went from rags to riches. For Aladdin, I chose Simon from Mine for Tonight by J.S. Scott. Simon is now a billionaire who makes video games, and he is like really good at what he does, but he grew up very poor and in poverty, and a lot of the things that happened to him while there affects how he is now. That's my rags to riches character for Aladdin. Okay, the next one is John Smith from Pocahontas, and that is a character who embarks on a brave new world. I chose for this one actually Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice. Mr. Darcy, when he moves out to the country where he meets Elizabeth, he is so out of his element, it basically is like he embarked on a brave new world. He's no longer in the city, he's no longer in his comfort zone, and he cannot function outside of his comfort zone, which is why he ended up being such an asshole at first. Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice is kind of like John Smith-ish. That's what I'm going with. For the next one, there are spoilers about the book Clutch, So if you've not read Clutch and you want to, then maybe just like skip this one for a little bit. It is Shang. Name a character whose father or another loved one has died. So that is Mike from Clutch, whose father dies somewhere near the end of the book. His father wasn't exactly a loved one, but close enough. So the next one is Prince Naveen from Princess and the Frog, and that is a character who is all about having fun. This one was hard for me because it turns out I don't read that many books about characters having that much fun. It's all a lot more angst and drama and stuff. But I did think of one from A Gift of Ghosts by Sarah Wind, and that would be Zane, who is a love interest, and he's kind of like a child at heart. He likes playing Halo with his employees. Even though he's like kind of a high-ranking boss, he doesn't act like it at all. He just kind of lets everyone do his things, and he just likes playing games and everything. He's just silly and fun and just all about having fun, and is a really good contrast to Akira, who is the main character, who's very serious and quiet and like was a professor, so she's like in that very serious academics mode and everything. So that is kind of like Prince Naveen, except way better than Prince Naveen, because honestly he is my least favorite of the Disney princes because he kind of just sucks. The next one is Flynn Rider from Tangled. He is my favorite Disney prince. Oh my gosh, honestly I still have a crush on Flynn Rider, and I chose for him Fox from Her Wicked Ways by Darcy Burke. Fox was a highway robber who also ran an orphanage. He would like rob people on the highway, like nobility and everything, so he could fund the orphanage and like keep it going. And he just basically wanted to fix the roof so his kids would be in safety. He is just lovely and lovable. So I chose him for Flynn Rider. So the next one is Crispin from Frozen. Oh, not Crispin, what am I saying? Kristoff from Frozen. You can see how many times I watched that movie. It is a nature-themed book, or a book by naturalists. Turns out, I don't read that many books about nature. Like, not at all. I ended up going with Crispin from A Whispered Wish by Cindy Lou Allen. Even though the book sucked, it was basically the closest one I've gotten to nature. A Whispered Wish is about a woman who is like human, and she makes a wish with this magic stone under her pillow accidentally, and she becomes a pixie, and she joins the pixie world, and Crispin is there, is like the pixie prince, and they kind of fall in love and have a bit of a thing going on, and that's about it, really. The pixies are very in tune with nature, and like they're very like natural people who live in the woods. I know it's a stretch, but turns out I'm not big on nature books. So that's the one I'm going with. Crispin from A Whispered Wish. That will do it for the tags. Please comment below, and if you will comment, then I will give you a shout out in my next video, which will be up in a week, hopefully. Please do that below, and if you have watched this all the way to the end, then please let me know the name of your favorite Disney prince below. And in the meantime, shop local, shop indie, and read for a better world. Bye!